Welcome back to the AL.com film room. I'm Matt Scalici here with Cole Cubelic. Cole, we're coming off of a game here between Auburn and Jacksonville State that certainly is not what anybody expected. This game was close, down to the wire. I think a lot of people are asking right now, what happened to Auburn in this game? Why was this game as close as it was?
I think lack of execution is a big part of it, but Jacksonville State deserves credit. They had an excellent game plan. Defensively, you look at a group that they took their outside defenders on the line of scrimmage and crashed them really on almost every play. Basically saying, we're going to take away the interior run. Inside linebackers were run blitzing. And so we've talked about it before, Matt. Gus Malzahn needs space. That's how he runs the football. He creates space and finds lanes to run. But what Jacksonville State did is basically say, we're going to clog up your space. Pulling guards were cut by defenders. Inside linebackers not worrying about pass, not worrying about gap protection, just flashing to the line of scrimmage in a run blitz scenario in run plays. You saw corner crashes over and over by Jacksonville State, really with no regard for play in the pass, and they had no respect for the QB keep on zone reads. Auburn left a ton of yards on the field in potential quarterback keeps off zone reads. So I give Jacksonville State credit, a couple good players up front and had an excellent plan, and Auburn lacked execution. They didn't go in and make the adjustments that they needed to make and didn't execute on the plays that they did have. See, a lot of people want to say, offensive line was terrible. Oh, they played so bad. I went back and looked at it. The offensive line actually had a pretty good game. Now, there were plays that they missed, and there were poor performances on individual plays by guys. Yes, absolutely. But to really summarize it, I would give Auburn's offensive line probably a B+ in this game.
One unit probably not going to get as good a grade from you would be the quarterback play in this game. More turnovers continuing to be a problem from Jeremy Johnson. Let's take a look at one play early in this game where Jeremy Johnson turns the football over.
All right, Matt, we're going to take a look at a Jeremy Johnson interception here. Cover two, first thing you need to know. Two safeties deep, so what you're going to be looking at is zone coverage by the linebackers. Outside linebacker, short side of the field, is going to drop back in coverage. And Jeremy Johnson has to recognize before this ball is snapped. Cover two means probably zone coverage here with these linebackers. And we dropping back into space. And when we see it from the back end, you look at it and you say, how can you throw that pass? He's right in your passing lane. So vision obviously is an issue. Recognition is obviously an issue for Jeremy Johnson. Pocket protection is okay. You'll see the corner's just going to be manned up over here, but you have those two deep safeties. Going to take the slot there, and the linebacker's going to drop back into coverage. Plenty of time in the pocket, doesn't have to rush anything, has time to operate here. At least he comes over and gets something and helps make the tackle and shove the defender out of bounds. But right here you'll see linebacker's just going to drop back in space. Those two safeties are deep, can't not see him in this picture. Pretty nice pocket here by the offensive line. Braden Smith moved out to tackle, did a nice job on his own. I thought Sean Coleman had a good football game. So pockets there, have time, and there's the linebacker. He stays in your picture pretty much the whole time. There's no way when you run this back and look at it again and you think to yourself, okay, surely there has to be something where he's looking this guy off. But what I want you to focus in on is the eyes right here. Looks left, but immediately comes back, and you can see right now, the vision is downfield. He's looking at his target immediately. How you don't see that defender is just, it's mind-boggling. I don't have an explanation for it. I'm not sure Malzahn and Lashley have an explanation for it, something they're going to really have to hone in and work on with Jeremy Johnson.
Cole, we mentioned at the top of the show, Jacksonville State, really a well-executed, well-called game on both sides of the ball. Let's take a look at one of their more successful offensive plays in this game.
A lot of what they did, Matt, was visual deception, zone read, leaving defenders unblocked. So basically forcing defenders to make mistakes themselves. To use a tennis reference, unforced errors, so to speak. So you're allowing defenders to either get upfield or not read a play correctly where you don't have to waste a body on them and they're taking themselves out of a play. We'll look at an example here. Really, it's going to be a power play off tackle, so you're going to pull a guard around with a zone read option. So the running back's here, quarterback has the option to keep and go north and south. Football's a numbers game. It's pretty easy when we talk about it sometimes. You just look at your matchups. This defender, defensive end, actually plays the play correctly but is going to go unblocked. So now we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, with the center, 5 blockers for Jacksonville State against 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 if you want to count the inside linebacker. But 5 on 5, we'll take that every single day as an offensive coordinator You'll see just a little crackback option here. H-back's going to wheel out and take the corner, and it's going to put the back one-on-one with the safety. Just a very well-executed play from Jacksonville State to find a way to create space. Guard comes around, doesn't even get a block on the defensive end. H-back's 10 yards downfield. So a little bit of a crackback scheme with the wide receiver coming in on Frost. Your H-back follows him around, gets a block on the corner. 5-on-5, who's going to take the running back? Big yards for the Gamecocks.
Cole, we saw a successful running play there by Jacksonville State. Auburn's got a little bit different challenge this week, especially when it comes to that ground game and stopping Leonard Fournette, who's been one of the more impressive players in the country just in his first game really last week.
This right here is a challenge. Bottom line, I don't care what your lineman is, what their play body is. I don't care what their assignments are or their personnel groupings. Getting that guy to the ground is a challenge. Now, Auburn's going to see toss sweep this weekend, something LSU is going to run. I might run it every play if I was LSU, just until they found a way to stop it. But some teams help you by alignment. We talked about alignment, assignment, and effort, 3 things that would improve with Will Muschamp coming over to Auburn as D coordinator. Obviously, with Manny Diaz taking over for Jeff Collins, that's not the case. Short edge right here if you're LSU. Need to widen this out a little bit and sort of take away the edge, play better contained pre-snap. Coaches are going bonkers. They're going to signal in right here. Change the play, get us over here into the short side, and this is the reason why. Watch how easy it is for this tackle and tight end to slip up to the second level and just wall these 2 defenders off. Don't even need to get much on this guy. Just wall him off, force him to play underneath, and Leonard Fournette's off to the races. Numbers, again, the amount of defenders versus the amount of blockers for LSU over to this play side just favors the Tigers. And I get 7 one-on-one with that guy, I like my chances. Watch your tackle and tight end here. Get up to the second level. Get 2 wall-offs, 2 reach blocks on a toss sweep. Watch this tight end and tackle scoop up to the next level. 2 blocks, just wall them off for a second. Don't even need a whole lot. Doesn't have to be devastating. Leonard Fournette's hurdling one and plowing over the other. It's just too much. You cannot get 7 to the second level unscathed. You have to force him to make that move in the backfield or at the line of scrimmage, and he still might hurt you.